We are with the Revealing the True You Summit. The summit is focused mostly on helping women find their identity. And as you know, women typically have issues with saving, they have issues with making money, they have issues with their emotional connections to spending the money. But what do you find with your line of work that women have the most challenges?
I feel like women are very indecisive when it comes to money. They're not confident when it comes to money.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I primarily work with women that are looking to retire. So they're more established for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, you know, investing or contributing their money to something that's going to actually help benefit them, I find that they are still confused about money. So once someone once told me that scam stands for still confused about money. And I just firmly
Whoa.
believe that a lot of women are like that. And woman is let's just say this. I was born into poverty, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I was not going to allow poverty to become my identity. I was going to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that my lifestyle was not going to reflect what I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that I graduated early and forfeited my senior year and went on to move, took towards where I need to do in terms of college and then military.
Mm-hmm.
But I said all that to say I didn't have a understanding of money, and I didn't understand the whole thing about relationship with money. So I made a lot of money at a young age. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand how to position it properly. You know what I mean? And I spent a lot of it and I gave a lot of it away. And I feel like part of that was because of childhood wounds, not experiencing the love that I probably felt I needed to, experience as a young person growing up, and even through my young adult years. So when you don't experience that, you begin to spend a lot, right? So you spend money frivolously, right, on different things that doesn't really, you don't really even need, to be honest. And I tell you the amount of money that I probably spent on a lot of things that I just did not need or even gave away, just for, how should I say, probably validation, not knowing that's what it was, but that's essentially what it is. So when you start talking about women and money and identity, if you don't know who you are and you feel you need to have a feeling of validation, you might spend money on things such as the most expensive this or that,
Mm-hmm.
when it really doesn't warrant your identity at all. It just makes you feel better. It gives you a sense of a greater self-worth and value, but
Yes.
that doesn't really connect when it comes to substantive relationships, right?
Yeah.
So nobody really cares about what you have unless you can give it to them. I mean, it's a big whiffum society, and
Mm-hmm.
so people want what they want. So you cannot confuse that, having that money with who you are. Because I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, when you lose the money and you no longer have the money, if you don't have a sense of who you are, you may stay stuck. Like you will probably never get the money back, right? So
Yeah.
it's important to understand that my money is not who I am. I am who I am, and I create the lifestyle through, whatever, right? It's your mindset, your personality, the things that you were born with, like everything that we desire is already inside of us, right? Like we can create things
Mm-hmm.
as women. We create. We first of all we can birth, right? But we
Yeah.
create things. So as creators, on every spectrum of the word, we can create our identity. We can create what we want to create. You know what I mean? At the end
Right.
of the
Right.
day, but you're not going
Right.
to create that with money. Like money is that can't be that can't be the foundation to your identity. It just can't
So so
because
so how do you think I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I got a little electrocuted when you said that because what happens is I tell people all the time, when you start making the money that you desire, you technically stop growing. Like it's almost like you stop
so good,
trying to mature.
so
And
good.
you stop, yeah, and you stop working on, the things that you needed in order to maintain the money, in order to become the money, because money isn't tangible.
Absolutely, I
It's
agree.
spiritual first. Yeah.
You're right. Spiritual, yeah, and that's you hit the nail on the head. Spiritual first, because honestly, what we have on the inside is what's going to manifest on the outside, even in the space of money. If you're
Mm-hmm.
broken on the inside, you're going to be broke because you're going to be spending
Mm-hmm.
money on stuff to try to make you feel a sense of wholeness, and it's not going to connect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole reason why broke people stay broke a lot of times because they're broken. It's so much more than the surface. And so we have to work on our inner person. That's where the identity comes in at. Like being whole versus being broken. A
Mhm.
whole person don't need validation. They don't need to spend money. They don't need, you know what I'm saying? Like to do as much as someone that's broken, what they would do with the money that they have. In other
Mhm.
words, their relationship is going to be like the relationship with themselves, with the money,
Mhm.
right? So if they don't have a good relationship with themselves, they have poor self-worth, or they don't see themselves as anything, and those types of things, you know what I mean? Like then they're going to do the same thing with their money. Like they're going to part ways with their money. They're not going
Mhm.
to have a good relationship with their money because they always want to give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. That's the whole thing with the relationship with money. I didn't understand that for a long time when people say relationship with money, but essentially what they're saying is you want to hold on to the money as much as possible, or create the money, or
Mhm.
multiply the money, or make your money grow more money. That's
Mhm.
the relationship that you want to have with money. Money is attracted to happiness, it's attracted to ideas, it's attracted to
Mhm.
creativity.
Mhm.
And if your identity is like, I can't create, I'm no good, I can't do anything, and you have poor self esteem, and you
Mhm.
don't feel like you can create the environment, or create the business, or create whatever, then you're never going to be able to make money. How are you going to generate money? Because
Right.
today we're in an information society, and it's really about creating. It's about creating a masterclass, creating a course, creating a shirt, creating a apparel line. You got to create in order to make money today. So if you don't
Mhm.
even have a good, healthy respect for who you are and what your capacity is and what you can do. In other words, your mindset has to be, I can do all things. Like if your mindset is, I can't do anything,
Yeah.
you're going to always be broke and
Mm.
broken, period.
That's it.
Like I'm an
Exclamation point.
author,
That
right?
ain't no
And
period. That's an exclamation
so
point.
so you can author things. An author is a creator. You can author a book, you can author an event, you can author a
Mhm.
business. You can to be an author,
Mhm.
it's a whole business around that, to be honest,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Rather you create in what we're doing right now. You authored a
Mhm.
podcast to be able to have
Mhm.
me on here, to be able to have a conversation. So
Mhm.
as a person that's going to author the growth of money, and to see a stream of money, a passive income. You talk about passive income, you talk about
Mhm.
authoring something, authoring an Airbnb, authoring, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Some type of
Mhm.
real estate investment, authoring something. But what are you authoring? What are you creating? And
Mhm.
how, and so if you feel like you can't create and you can't author and you can't do anything, you're never going to generate the wealth. You're never going to generate the passive income. Your money's never going to make money for you while you're sleeping. And that's why you're going to always be working for money all the days of your life, because you're only going to see the value of you exchanging time for money,
Mm. Mm.
instead of seeing the value of your mind. I was just thinking today, I literally wrote this down today on my paper. I said, beauty and brains billionaire. Like,
Oop.
how you gonna become, how would you do that? Because some people think that their beauty is everything, but they don't know how to monetize it. It's, if you don't
Ooh.
have the brains to monetize your beauty, how would you become a billionaire?
Oh my God.
So
Listen, how about even the revelation of them realizing that they are capable of making money off of their beauty? Because some of them don't even realize that that's a possibility for them to make money off of their beauty. And beauty itself is $1 billion industry.
absolutely, all day, multi-billion. So
Wow.
it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's an inner man. It's understanding who you are. And I know our first lady, she wrote that book, Becoming, and that was something that honestly, soaring higher was during that time.
Mhm.
My whole, how should I say, my motto was soaring higher. And
Mhm.
always becoming, was her thing. And so, when you have identity, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean like you have to have vision. To have
Mhm.
identity, you have to have vision. And if you don't
Mhm.
have vision and all you can see is where you've been and who you are right now, and you can't see where you're going, or where, that's why, and I'm spiritual. So I have
Mhm.
a relationship with God. Like we talk.
Yes, yes.
And so because of that, I know where he wants me to be, and I know how it stretches me because I'm not where I'm supposed to be, right? Like I know X, Y, Z, Z, Z are my worldly titles, and this is the woman that you should become so that you can be more impactful, more influential. And while
Mhm.
I have made some strides, I'm not where I want to be now. If I had poor identity and self-worth, I would say I would never be able to get there. I would just stop to get frustrated, probably go back and try to find me a 9 to 5, and done
Hmm.
with it. Because I probably can go find me a 9 to 5 real quick. You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
But as a business owner, I have to constantly create. I have to constantly think about how could I birth something that people would want that's going to change their lives. It's going to be it's going to solve a problem for them in real life. Like right now, I'm trying to create stuff for clients, like so I can have a lifetime value with my clients. I don't want it to be a one and done, like
Yeah.
a quickie. I don't want a quickie with my clients. I want to have a long-term relationship with them. And I
Hmm.
want them to continue to grow in their finances because they met me. Like I want to have value. And so
Yeah.
as people, women, we have to have, what is your value? What is your value? You hear people talk about value proposition. What makes you different from the next woman or the next business owner or the next this?
Hmm.
What do you have to offer? What do you have to bring to the table? And if all it is money, you just
Mm.
a dime a dozen, because you know how many people are millionaires now. Like the mark
Woo.
has changed from six figure to million, okay, and then some. Multi-million dollar. These 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, these Gen Zs, okay, and
They're
millennials,
making
they're
millions.
making like millionaires is like nothing to them. You know how many millionaires are being made today? You can Google it, but it's going up every single day. Like it's so many
Yeah,
people that's
yeah.
millionaires now, and people talking about money. So your money don't mean nothing, honey. So it
No.
has to be greater than the money. How are you? And honestly, as a person that made a lot of money at a young age,
Hmm.
to your point, I honestly said I don't know what I'm going to do next because I'm good. Like I'm already traveled the world and I got my money. I
Hmm.
got my house. I didn't know what was next. I didn't understand vision. I didn't know what I had to offer the world. And so
Yeah.
if all it was money, then I could have stopped a long time ago. And the
And
life was, that's why you have people that like kill themselves because their life was unfulfilled and they're not
yes.
happy because they got all the money. Money is, it comes a dime. It's nothing to have money. You need to have love. You need to have relationship with yourself, relationship with your family, and that's wealth. Like what
Yeah,
people
it is.
want money, but you really need wealth. And wealth is all the things we talk about: purpose, relationships,
Yeah.
all those types of things. So good health, you know what I mean? All the
Yeah.
money in the world, but you don't have good health, and now you feeling some kind of way. So I'm talking about mental health, not just physical health, right?
No.
So it's a lot of different things that your identity should say. Well, you know what? I may have all the money, or I don't have all the money, but I can do this and this and that, and I can create the money. Like the billionaire himself, what is his name? Gosh, just escaped me. I can see his face. Um, but
So many.
anyways, they told him to take all, if we took all your money away, would you to get your money back, or you'd be able to make $1 million in 90 days? And he said, absolutely. Take my
Mm.
phone, take everything, but I can make I can make $1 million in 90 days. 90 days, $1 million. So it's like the creativity. Who are
Yeah.
you? If you
Yeah.
stripped of everything, how could you recreate what you already have, right?
Mm.
So I kind of went through a lot of different little things just now, but the
No, I
goal is
loved it.
to
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I was over here like man, like I mean, I knew I wanted to interview, but I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna
Yeah, I'm a little
listen,
full. I'm a little full.
Shateka, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. There are so many places where I can comment on what you've said so far. But I think the biggest thing right now is magnifying the one thing you said when you said, wealth is one thing, but building relationships, knowing yourself, making the most of your environment, making sure that the quality of your life is rich and wealthy before you make the money is paramount. And the reason why I say that is because that's the first place people should start when they're trying to make money. Is understanding what is it about your place and your space right now in your life that is going to be of value or be worthy of receiving, or even you receiving the money to increase the quality of your life.
Yes.
Because I think that a lot of women, they think that, oh, money buys me happiness because I know all the things that I can do with money. But people with money, people who have like the spirit of money, they don't really say that. And the reason why is
No.
because they understand the happiness is already within me. The money is just you know what it is? It's just the result of the actions.
Right.
That's just what it is. The result of the actions. A positive, happy, healthy marriage is a result of two people doing their work before they marry. You know, um, a healthy life insurance policy, or a full bank account is just the result of somebody being consistent in pouring their money in every day, staying disciplined, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's the result of the actions, but the actions need to be put in place in order for you to get to the result.
And you're not going to take action if you're not clear on who you are. And if you're not
There you
clear
go.
on who you are, you're never going to take action. And so if you never take the action, you're never going to make the money in to begin with. So
So, what do you think the primary focus should be for an individual who has no money, who has the potential of making money because they've started a business? What do you think they need to focus on in order for them to reach the
it's gonna,
desirable amount?
yeah, what's going to make me the most amount of money and the least amount of time that I can do the best.
Okay. Okay. So let's say somebody has about a month to get $1,000. Their ability to create the money, where should they start?
They should start with, what do people ask me what's the question that people ask me the most to help them with? What am I helping people around me the most with?
Mm-hmm.
Rather, I
Mm-hmm.
like to do it or not, because I'll be honest with you, I'm a really doggone good real estate investor. I can do real estate. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it. I don't
Mm-mm.
want to teach nobody that. Like, and people have asked me over and over and over, and I'm like, I just never wanted to do it, because the only reason I was doing it because I wanted to make money. It wasn't because I was happy doing it. I enjoyed doing it. That wasn't my thing. But my
No.
thing is helping people solve money problems. I can help you find money. I can help you understand how to maneuver some things and grow some things around here. You know what I mean? Like, I learned how to trade foreign exchange currency, right? I
Mm-hmm.
learned how, I taught myself that through this program. And I'm good at it. I even had a little team of people that I taught that. But then again, that wasn't enough. I said there's something missing. I didn't find it until I started doing what I'm doing today, with primarily with annuities and life insurance, because I realized that there were 6 steps to financial freedom, and nobody really knows what they are. But all 6 steps, the only thing is life insurance. So that's why I love what I do, because I can teach people that, because they don't understand that.
No.
But I tell you what, I said, you know what? If I lost all my money and I had to go and make money, like right now, like I could go and do real estate. Like, that's my that's my fallback. If I needed to go wholesale, you know what I'm saying? But it takes time,
Yeah.
right? And if I want to say, become a coach somewhere and consult people, I can all day get people to teach real estate too, right? I
Mm,
got real estate course. I spent almost 6 figures in real estate courses. That's how much I was into it to learn it.
yeah.
So I got the information. I can go build a course right now, and I can sell my course for a good minimum $3,000. All I'm
Yeah.
saying is, what is it that you have that you are good at, that you can help people with, that people are asking you for? That's why I was saying, what are you going to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time, that you can do well? It's
Yeah.
not something that you can't, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to do it well. So you got to know that. That's not something you go research. You don't go look in a
No.
book and say, what do I need to sell? Because at the end of the day, you need to go sell something, because that's where we are at. People want to buy stuff. People even get coaching mixed up. It's not about coaching somebody to success. It's about, how do you help me get my results the fastest? So how
Ah,
can you help somebody else get their results the fastest? So your course don't even have to be a long course. It just needs to be something that's going to get people the results the fastest. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. So even if it's already them implementing a strategy that they've already seen, if you can follow this strategy, you can get your results fast.
Exactly.
That's the key.
That's
It
that.
does.
Because the thing about it, being a business owner, think about every business, they are all solving a problem.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Nobody wants to start a business because nobody wants to solve problems. But
Mm-mm.
the person that's going to be the $1 million person, the $1 billion person, they're going to solve the problem in a bigger way. The bigger you solve problems you can solve, the more money you're going to make, ideally, right? Big problem. So what problem can you solve at your level, and how can you monetize it and make the most money from it? You know what I mean? Because there's different
Yeah.
ways that you can make money. A book don't make you money. Selling a book, you're not gonna make the money selling a book, but you can make money using your book to leverage you getting speaking engagement and making a 6 to 7 figure a year position as a speaker through
Yeah.
your book. So you just got to figure out, how can I make the most money with what it is that I already have?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's key. At the day, if money is what you want, think about what you can add to other people in order to receive the money.
That is exactly
Uh,
right. Everybody wins.
yeah,
It's
that's
an
right.
exchange.
Yeah.
That's how I was telling you earlier. Money is an exchange.
You have to be able to give a little in order to get a little, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And if you give more, then you receive more. I mean, everything in the world is based off of Newton's law.
I think some people get concerned about somebody paying them for what they bring because again, that go back to identity. If you don't feel like you have value and you feel like you don't have anything to bring to the table, you're never going to create anything because you're going to say nobody's going to buy it. Or if
Right.
you've always been rejected and your identity is rejection, you're going to say nobody's ever going to buy it. Oh, I don't do sales, but you're really selling yourself to every employer you ever worked for. So you are a
Mhm.
salesperson, right? So
Mm.
it's really about mindset and how do you position yourself to really think about what it is that you're saying, right? But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, people will pay you. People pay for value.
Mhm.
I want to drop that right there. People pay for value. How are you going to increase your value so that you can get more money?
That's right. That's right. And see, here's the
That's
thing.
a promotion. That's even on your 9 to 5 as a W-2. You got to increase your value to get a
That's
promotion.
right.
If they don't see no value, you're never going to get promoted. You got to show your value.
And see, people don't realize like people are looking at they people can see through you. And people are not going to want to give you their money because they value their money. So they need to be able to feel like it's a true exchange that you don't need
Right.
my money, but you want my money. So I can
Right.
through you, I can tell that you really aren't charging the right prices for what I'm giving
Right.
you. You really aren't worth this money that I'm about to give you. So I'm not about to give it to you. So if you want somebody to see the value in you, you have to see the value in you in order to portray that.
Absolutely.
It takes that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't matter. Listen, just find your ideal dream client and figure out who they are and go work hard for them and just keep getting more and more. If you get one, you can get 100. You can get 1,000. You just gotta go get that one.
Thank you so much, Shateka.
Absolutely. We'll talk soon. Thank you
All
for
right.
allowing me the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Of course. Of course. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye bye.